Honestly, I've been realizing more and more that the time you have is so precious, in terms of everything can go by in an instant, and then the next thing you know, you're moving on to the next part of your life or a new branch of your life. I think it's been hitting closer to home lately because I have just been experiencing the same thing over and over again, been wanting some change. Thankfully, I have had a lot of change in my life, especially within the past few years, but I feel like I've been in a era where it's been quiet again, and you do need those quiet times in your life, especially when everything is always go 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 and everyone's expecting everything to happen so quick and everything to go by in a certain order or a way that you've planned it. Just gotta pull this back for a sec. Sometimes it can be quite detrimental that you have a plan of where you want to go in life, and because those certain things aren't happening, it's like, oh well, then I failed. No, you just have another direction, or you have to be redirected to a different place. Maybe that certain job that you wanted isn't happening now for a reason. Maybe you're not in the right mindset to be having that job, or maybe you need to learn a different lesson before you get to there. For me, for example, lately I have been wanting a new job, which I have talked about in my last video, so if you want to go check that out, please do. It was a nice little park video that I've not done in a while, and I feel like I went back to my OG roots. If you know, you know. But I've been wanting a new job and been wanting a new way to earn money, because the one that I have been having for the past almost 4 years isn't really fulfilling me anymore. And to be quite honest, it fulfilled me for a while, to the point where I was starting to get my own money and starting to get on the ground with my own things. But now I feel like I don't want that anymore to be my way of earning income and earning money. And especially in this day and age, everything is so expensive. It takes a lot more to be earning so little, if that makes sense. Like, I have been working in retail for the past 3-4 years, and I've not really talked about it on my channel or anywhere at all, so consider yourselves lucky, because you're one of the lucky ones if I'm opening up here. And I've almost finished my notice period, and I will be moving on to a different career, which I've been wanting and I've been craving, because I felt like I have progressed as much as I would want to progress in that field. Retail is just one of those little things where it's like a middle point for me personally. For other people it's not, and for everyone else it might be an actual career goal for them, which is more than fine. It's just not mine, and I just didn't want to be there anymore. I didn't feel like myself. I just felt like I outgrew the place, and I just didn't want to risk not having a job beforehand, because everything's too expensive. I cannot do that. I think people who do that, props to you. You have more guts than me. I do like to be more planned and more calculated in a way. I just didn't want that for myself anymore. And alhamdulillah, times 1,000 that I had that job, because it allowed me to work into a different place, work into a different career. It gave me experience, it gave me money, it gave me all these things that I had been needing in order to level up, quote unquote. I am very grateful for the experience, and I'm very grateful for being able to work in general, because the job market is no joke at the moment. It's so hard for everyone to find jobs, especially when all you need is experience, or you need to be able to have a certain amount of years in a job or a field. So I am very grateful that I have been able to have that opportunity to be able to better myself in my skills, in my career, people skills, everything. I remember when I first started out there, I was so quiet. I was such a different person. I was so much younger. I think it definitely helped me with a big aspect of my social anxiety, which I have talked about on my channel before. I definitely know that I've had it. I've always had it since I was young, and I've known, like everyone's known about me, like it's not easy for me to interact with people. It still does get me every so often. It never will go away. I've just had to learn how to manage it, do things differently, if that makes sense. So for me, it definitely helped me with my social anxiety and talking to people. I realised people aren't so scary, but are at the same time. People can be unpredictable, but you just have to find different ways of interacting with them. Everything is a simulation. Nothing is real. People can be very rude, especially in retail. All my retail peoples, all the people that work in customer service and with people, you all know people can be so rude and so entitled. They probably have had a bad day. They probably just woke up on the wrong side of the bed. They probably just had a really bad experience with people, and now they just don't want to deal with people anymore, or they're just rude. Or they are just rude. What I'm trying to say is, it's given me a good experience of things. It's given me stories And honestly, it's not hit me that I'm actually leaving this job because I am working my notice period at the moment. I'm very grateful for the friends I have made through it as well, because I have my girls from there now, so shout out to you all. I'm gonna miss them so much. There's obviously certain characters in there that you won't miss with every job, but you still just gotta keep it stepping, you gotta keep it moving. I'm just glad for the experience, and I'm glad that I'm breaking free from this job, inshallah. I cannot wait to be working in a different field. Now more than ever, I'm just realising that time is so precious, and those little mundane periods where you are feeling very annoyed of your job, very depressed, very sad that you're not moving on, it is needed. As much as I hated the whole experience of it, I definitely needed it in order to be doing things differently. And one thing for me that I did differently and that I forgot to do, which happens to everyone, is always to turn to something bigger than yourself. God is definitely something that's very near and dear to me, and it's more in the sense of like, if I need something better for myself, how can I better myself in a different way, and how can I reflect on myself? And being religious does help me reflect in order to move on to a different part of my life, if that makes sense. Being able to break free from this job has not been easy at all. I've been wanting to leave for a long time because I knew that I wanted something better for myself. I mean, I was able to start my YouTube channel in this job, so that's why I'm also grateful. Very, very grateful for that. So shout out to y'all. You've been here since the retail era. I was able to make time for myself, learn that I wanted a fixed schedule, or I wanted something more, or I wanted to have a different career where it's not so physical and so straining on my body. Honestly, I have so much respect for retail workers, because not only because I was in it, but even before that, I could tell how hard it was, because people are not nice and the job is not easy. If you're watching this and you work in retail, I have so much love for you, and I have so much care for you, and I'm so proud of you for everything that you're doing. That's what's happening for me recently. Times like this, I'm definitely realising that I am very grateful for every opportunity that I have, and for every step that I have to take in order to level up and in order to become somebody better than I already am. Hello, I am back. It is the next day. I don't know if you can tell by my makeup, but I did my makeup a bit more than usual today because I actually have to go to a wedding today, and it was like a lunchtime wedding to like late afternoon, which I've never been to before. It was a nice change. I literally made myself a cup of tea with my lipstick stain on there. I thought I'd talk to you guys about one way that I personally love to reflect, personally like to keep a track of myself, most importantly, to reflect on the bad things about myself, but also the good things, what I am good at and what I am bad at and what I can improve on. And something that helps me is my journal. This is my journal. Say hello. She has been through a lot with me. I literally have this many pages left, and that is crazy because I've had this journal for 2-3 years now. I literally started this in 2024, so it's been quite a while, and honestly it has a lot of things in here, and I finished my other journal pretty quick that I had before this one. I have genuinely been so busy. I've had so much change in my life the past few years as well, and if you want to see the journey of all the changes that I've had and everything that I've had going on, do go through my channel. Literally everything is there. I just want to talk to you guys about the things that I have in here and what I do journal about, because I think it is important to reflect on the times that were hard and the times that were not the easiest. What did I learn from them? What did I gain from those times? Did I gain any lessons, any messages, anything from there that I can take on to my life? I would like to say I'm quite a highly functional person, especially in times of stress, sadness, upset, all round anxiety. I just carry on, which sometimes isn't the best. Sometimes you do need to feel those moments where you're like, okay, maybe I need to sit down, maybe I need to think about what's going on, because part of me is also trying to avoid whatever's going on and to avoid whatever I'm feeling, which is never great. I've started reading Sylvia Plath. I've literally got probably this far in, and I've not read it for a bit just because I've had things going on, and I've been enjoying taking my time with books and just, you know, indulging in them whenever I want to. There's this quote ongoing from point where I was making, maybe I do just need to sit in whatever I'm feeling, and maybe I do just need to feel, because feeling is very human. It's human to feel things. It's human to feel all these emotions, even the bad ones, quote unquote bad, because they shape you for who you are meant to be. And the quote is, "The silence depressed me. It wasn't the silence of silence. It was my own silence." And for some reason that really resonated with me, because before this line was even written down, she was talking about how she was walking back home by herself and walking through the streets at night, and then the hustle and bustle of it all. She gets to her dorm room and everything was just quiet, but not quiet because you could hear everything outside and hear all the rustling of the streets, the cars, the people, life still happening outside, but everything just felt so silent inside her room and inside herself. So I feel like that really resonated with me, because I do just need to feel everything. I remember when I was younger as well, a lot of the time I did not want to feel things. I had so much things going on in my life, as I still do. I feel like, especially with time, especially with life, things move so quickly. But then the times when you feel like everything's moving so slow at such a snail pace, and it's not moving fast enough, I'm not where I want to be right now, it can be so daunting. You feel like there's no options, there's no way out of this weird limbo stage. And I'm here to tell you that is not the case. Just as I was talking about beforehand about my job and how I've been looking for a new one and I felt not my best self, we all have times where we're feeling we are in a stage of limbo and we're actually never going to get out of this, but we are. And we always make it on the other side, because do you know why? We make it happen. As a religious person, I know for me, it's not fully and solely myself that's made it happen, it's also God. There's one thing that I love to write at the end of my journal entries. Anytime I talk about anything, it could be something so simple as a list of things that I need to get, list of things I need to do, to as deep as a journal entry where I'm talking about my feelings and my emotions and things that I have gone through, my traumas and PTSDs and stuff like that. And what I always write at the end is a prayer to each journal entry, because I feel like it rounds off everything perfectly for me, and it rounds off my end goal and what I want from myself, what I'm actually here for. I end it with, may God allow this journal entry to be a sincere prayer to him. I've been doing another variation of that, which is, may God allow this journal entry to be a sincere and thoughtful prayer to him. And I feel like it just gives me so much peace within myself, especially when I end it like that. So much peace of mind to be like, oh well, there's something way outside of myself, and all these problems I'm having at the moment, and all these things that I'm thinking of at the moment, and all these worries I have, they will pass and they will go and they will move on, just as you will through life. You may move on from a relationship, you may move on from a job, you may move on from a friendship, from studies, certain thing, a niche thing in your life. You may move on from all these things that were causing you problems and causing you harm, and in the end you will be coming out better than you ever were, because you've learned something new. You learned something that, you know what, I can get myself out of this situation. You know what, I can move on from this situation. You know what, I'm not in this forever, because it's a bigger world out there. And I always had to tell myself that, especially when I was getting older. When I was younger, I did not have that mindset where I was like, you know what, there is a bigger world out there. I had to remind myself, there is such a big world out there. Where I am now, the space I'm in now, is not it. This is not forever. And if this is my end goal and this is what my future is, then I'm going to make the best situation out of this. I'm going to build myself up enough so then I can get out of this. Because you know what, everything we're worrying about here, everything that we are thinking of constantly, is not it. There's a bigger world out there, there's a bigger opportunity out there, there's a bigger place out there for you. And I always have to remind myself that more than anyone else, there's something out there for me that is a yes. There is something out there for me that is my opportunity. There's something out there for me that is meant for me and nobody else. So this is just a reminder and just a way to encourage you all. You can do it, and I am so proud of you for everything that you are doing. You have your opportunity out there that is meant for you and only you, just as there is for me. And just as I said before, I always need that reminder for myself more than anybody else. I do forget, my mind does slip, the pessimism does come through, and all these bad thoughts do come through, and it's normal, it's human. I'm not going to beat myself up about it. You can't always feel your best self 100% of the time. That's just not normal. But I just thought I'd give my thoughts on that. If you guys enjoyed this video, consider subscribing, stay a while, and I hope you got something from this. Everyone's destined for something, and it's up to you to find it, and it's up to you to keep on going. It's your destiny, and it's your life. I can't wait to finish this book. I am enjoying it so much so far. And that's all from me. Okay, bye-bye.